All right, y'all, man. Welcome, world. Welcome to a brand new show. I am your host, Mr. Darnell Ballard, right here. And tonight, tonight, my first special guest on this Readable Monday is my main man, John Williams. Good evening, John. How you doing?
Oh man, it's a pleasure to be here on the show. Thanks for having me, Mr. Donnell Ballard.
All right. Well, I
Yeah.
tell you what, man. Welcome to my brand new show called "Let's Talk About You," man. Because that's what we're gonna be doing tonight, talking about you. And for those who are tuning in to us, whether you tune in to us at 6 o'clock or 9 o'clock, you tune in to "Let's Talk About You" right here on Channel 49 TV. And tonight, John is our very special guest, making history as the first guest on "Let's Talk About You." What you think about that, John?
Well, I'm excited about it, man. I'm ready to talk about some of the things that have transpired in my life, and what better place to bring it to than right here, the Donnell Ballard Show, right here. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's the Donnell Ballard Show. Let's talk about you. All right, John. First of all, man, welcome to the show, man. Who
Thanks.
is John Williams? Let's talk about that.
Well, I would have to take it all the way back. We have enough time to do so, and also me, give some of my credentials as well. I also have some of my credentials here. But John Williams was, born here in the state of Texas,
Mhm.
in Dallas, Texas. Grew up some in East Texas, namely Garland, East Garland. In the early '80s, we moved to Garland, East Garland. I call it East Garland Graveyard, Texas. Got that name in the '90s, but went to school in Garland and some in Longview High School in East Texas area, Halton area, Jefferson area, Texas, namely. Foremansville High, and went to Lakeview Centennial in Garland. Uh, didn't get a chance to graduate. My mother, had suffered some incarcerations, but shouts out to my mother tonight. She had suffered some incarcerations when I was a kid, and from there, Teddy Pendergrass had a song. It was like in '83, and
Uh-huh.
it was about his mother, and I believe a family member or something, but I think it was his mother. And that
Wow.
song had me crying so. And they at the age of I think 8, they diagnosed me with the ADD. In Halton, Texas, really, which was in Jefferson. Coming through that, in the late '80s, my mother, was out of her incarceration. I stayed with my mother from my grandmother, and
Mhm.
we stayed in Garland, and going to the middle schools there and the elementaries in Garland, growing up there it was tough. We stayed where you call the Rainbows. The only set of apartments in Garland, actually there's 3 sets, but the Rainbows was a small set, another little small set on the other side of East Garland, and then there was another set by Kimberlin Middle Elementary School. But there was really no apartments there. If you stayed in Garland, you had to have a house. And in '81 was when the NAACP came to Garland and integrated the school district,
Mhm.
and integrated the school board. Uh, that's roughly been not that long ago, in 1981. So from there, we moved to, Foremansville, me and my mother, after moving to Longview in 1990. Went to Longview High, the Longview Lobos. Shouts out to the Longview Lobos, green and white.
Yeah.
And I became a Foremansville fighting former after. So, and me and my mother had gone through a lot of different ups and downs. Moving along, I never got my GED. I never graduated.
Mhm.
Became a minister. Got married. Had 3 children: LaJohn, Isaiah, and Isaac. And became an ordained elder.
Mhm.
Then did pastoral and stuff like that. Ended up losing a lot of things. Suffered an incarceration infringement under Chapter 62 for an indecency that was imposed upon me in 2004. Got out in 2006, and started really trying to make a new journey for myself.
Okay.
I was a transportation engineer, and I
Right.
was making about 48, close to 47, well, close to 47,000 a year. And I was a transportation engineer operator. I had several little small companies. It was John Williams Transportation.
Oh,
It was J.W. Holland. Yeah, I had J.W. Holland. I was doing hot shots, local stuff. I had a bobtail. Then I also was working for a company and losing these things after my incarceration and my infringement upon these things. Shout out to uh, Christine and Dion Primo. We're going to be also doing a presentation for them here at the Chocolate Lounge on
okay.
this coming Friday.
Yeah,
Um,
John,
Nonetheless,
I do want to ask you this, man. How for you, man, because there's so many people out there that are tuning into us right here on Channel 49 TV and other places, man. How was it? You did you have a rough childhood life? Let's talk about that, man. How was it growing up?
growing up, it was difficult because I was raised by my grandmother, her daughter, which the troubles came through later on. Because I never knew I was a shepherd. I always thought didn't even know I was a Williams.
Oh,
I was
wow.
always told I was somebody else. So growing up, I had that challenge, and not having my mother really around to really nurture me and to really give me that security. She was so young herself at the time. Excuse me, that it was one of those deals where it was just a challenge growing up because I knew I really, and my grandmother wasn't my mother, and then my mother's sister wasn't, really. She was my aunt, kind of more like my sister, but a few years older than me, like 7. But that was a real hard challenge for me because I never really had that father or mother. I always had that step in, even though that was a grandparent. So that was a real challenge. And for those out there who have that challenge and growing up the way I did with the absentee of their parents, that's a really hard thing on a child. And you really can't substitute a mother's love or a father's love.
I definitely agree with you on that. For those who just not tuning in to us right here, we are talking to my main man right here, John Williams, right here. I believe the time is going by so quick, man. When you're talking about really important things that's happening, man, time just go by so quick. John, we're gonna go to break in a minute, man. But I do want to know a little bit more about this business. How did you come about getting into paralegal? How did that happen? Have you always wanted to be a paralegal, or have you even thought about even becoming a lawyer? Let's talk about that.
Well, after my duration under Chapter 62, I wanted to know more about our history and what
Mhm.
took place with African American people. And in order to do so, I had to, during my duration period, I was very spiritual. So I got off into learning a little bit about law as much as I could the first time. The second time, I started really trying to learn more and really understanding what I was going through and the deprivation of which I was going through under the SORNA law, under Chapter 62, under the Adam Walsh Act, and losing your inalienable birthright as an SO, socially outcast. And so I always wanted to be a truck driver. I always wanted to be in a transportation engineer. And so that speared me after the duration and losing my family, the first part of my life, because this is the second part, around 28 years old. So after really losing that and going through that duration period, the second time coming out in 2009, I started really wanting to dig in and getting the GED and start wanting to educate myself and understanding the history of it and the plight of African American people or African people here in America with no ties to Africa, but just only right here. So that led me to really want to know more about us and want to be an advocate for us and directly for those who are under Chapter 62, namely 195,000 people, including
Oh,
myself.
oh wow, man! I tell you what, man, you have an amazing story, man. I also want to get into more about your son, man. I know when me and you was doing radio last year, your son passed away. You got the call on the day that we was actually doing the radio show. You got that call. I want you to take us back to that particular day. I think we can go to a break where we got five more minutes. Go ahead, go ahead. Take us back to that day.
Yeah.
Because it really back then that it really hurt you, and you know, anytime anybody loses a loved one, it's gonna hurt, man. But for you, John, what was going on through your head when you found out that he was in the emergency room?
Well, and this is the paper right here. You know, that it was something that really it just was a shock. I didn't think nothing was going to happen to him, not at that time, you know. And we're going through some dilemmas right now with that particular thing with my son Isaiah. And he's going to always be remembered, you know. Nobody believed that he was my son. You know, in Denton, Texas. Shouts out to my Aunt Judy, who passed away at least 3 months before he did. She had adopted him at one time in 2017. 2016. 16. And this was in Denton County, Denton. And so we worked real hard with him on a lot of things, you know. He was 25, you know. A lot of things happened in his life. He was doing spectacular. Had a high-rise apartment, was doing good. Had already bought a truck before once and bought a car. He wanted me to show him some stuff on it, but it never took place. You know, that week that he passed away, we were supposed to be doing a show together that particular week. And but I got everything, all the footage on what happened to him, how it happened. Well, at least in the hospital. And so we're really going to be putting together some things on his death. We had a candlelight visual, and that was the paper that I was showing you. You know, I want to thank you again for that, and everybody that came out for his visual. You know, that wasn't supposed to happen to him, and I haven't even mourned for him. I don't even know where to begin to mourn for him. Because we were more like brothers. No, again, nobody believed that he was my son anyway. You know, I had to pass him off as my brother, and he really ate that up. You know. No, nobody and didn't really believe it, you know. And it was one of those things. And I grew up like that too. A lot of people would tell one of my teachers, I remember in Longview, as growing up in the high school, Mr. Davenport, and these were some of the biggest people in Longview, in politics, drug dealers and everything. But they had a lot of respect. And he come to me one time and said that I couldn't look a certain way no more because he couldn't convince nobody that I was no kin to them. And I looked like them a little bit. So he made me have to change my clothes, the way I was dressing. And shout out to the Davenports in Longview. I'll never get there. Everybody thought that was my uncle too. Nobody messed with me, you know. But anyway, that was kind of one of the things that happened with me, he and I. Nobody believed he was my son. You know, he's a little bit taller and kind of wide, and you know, looked a little older. So and I'm younger looking. So you know, nobody believed it. So I just had to pass him off as my brother. And but
gonna take a quick break right here. You tuned into us right here. We talking to my boy John Williams right here on a brand new show where we talk about different stuff going on in the community, and also we you know, we get personal with the community. Let's talk about you. Brand new show. We'll be right back. We're gonna take a quick TV commercial break, and we'll be right back right after this.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe. I broadcast on radio, streaming TV, podcast, and in print publications. I interview the world's most fascinating authors, all because I love a good book. This summer, I partnered with WPS for Beebe's Summer Book Giveaway. We're giving away New York Times bestsellers and award-winning books. Books that inspire me, and I'm sure they'll inspire you. To be eligible to win a copy of Jesus Can Give You a New Life, answer this question. What is God's greatest gift to mankind? You'll find the answer in John 3:16 of the Bible. Send your response to the email at the bottom of the screen. I'm Valder Beebe, and I'll see you for the next Beebe Summer Book Giveaway.
Friday. I am the man, world famous DJ Donnie B. Make sure you check me out. The Donnie B TV, Monday through Friday, right here on Channel 49 TV. And you can also check us out on Facebook Live, YouTube. We broadcast live all over the platform. You never know who's going to be a guest on the show. I see you Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. right here on Channel 49 TV. And guess what? It ain't pre-recorded. It's live. 9 p.m. Call in and talk live with us. From hot topics to exclusive interviews, you never know who's going to be a guest on the show. I am your man, world famous DJ Donnie B. I see you at 9 o'clock right here on Channel 49 TV.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe. I broadcast on radio, streaming TV, podcast, and in print publications. I interview the world's most fascinating authors, all because I love a good book. This summer, I partnered with WPS for BB's Summer Book Giveaway. We're giving away New York Times bestsellers and award-winning books. Books that inspire me, and I'm sure they'll inspire you. To be eligible to win a copy of Jesus Can Give You a New Life, answer this question. What is God's greatest gift to mankind? You'll find the answer in John 3:16 of the Bible. Send your response to the email at the bottom of the screen. I'm Valder Beebe, and I'll see you for the next BB Summer Book Giveaway.
Fort Worth, it's coming. The I-20 Classic, Saturday, September 3rd. The Duncanville Panthers takes on Jones Tigers. Kickoff at 3 p.m. at Herman Clark Stadium in Fort Worth on I-20. Then, the doubleheader. The DeSoto Eagles take on the St. Francis Panthers. Kickoff 7 p.m. Saturday, September 3rd. The I-20 Classic doubleheader. One ticket gets you two explosive games. Tickets available now at ALWE.com. And Williams Chicken in Duncanville, DeSoto, and Fort Worth locations. Saturday, September 3rd. It's the I-20 Classic.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe. I broadcast on radio, streaming TV, podcast, and in print publications. I interview the world's most fascinating authors, all because I love a good book. This summer, I partnered with WPS for BB's Summer Book Giveaway. We're giving away New York Times bestsellers and award-winning books. Books that inspire me, and I'm sure they'll inspire you. To be eligible to win a copy of Jesus Can Give You a New Life, answer this question. What is God's greatest gift to mankind? You'll find the answer in John 3:16 of the Bible. Send your response to the email at the bottom of the screen.
We're suffering. People are hungry. People are out on the streets. People are losing their homes. We're losing our right to vote. It's almost like we're losing everything.
Deirdre Gilbert wants to fix the Lone Star State.
That's what they call me, Olivia Pope of the state of Texas.
She hails from the south side of Houston and has her eyes fixed on Austin and the chance to make a significant impact as governor. It's all because of
the lack of care in the state of Texas.
Gilbert is advocating for change to voting rights, housing, gerrymandering, and most importantly, health care.
When my daughter died from a medical malpractice, that took me into a whole new level of care. And it opened up my eyes a little bit more to what was actually going on within the state of Texas.
A tragedy that propelled the teacher of 26 years to serve families as a healthcare advocate, turning her pain into purpose.
So our son, he was fighting for his life. Ms. Gilbert, she reached out to us. She gave us all her support.
She'd never met this family, but shined a light during a dark hour, handling its situation with integrity and respect.
Because of her, our baby was able to come home and rest with his family, and now he's in heaven.
And this mother called Gilbert for help when her family was sent on a maze between hospitals to care for her teen daughter.
And I was crying, and I was explaining everything to her, and I'm like, please, can you help me? Like, I'm desperate, I don't know what to do.
Gilbert handled it.
If Ms. Deirdre Gilbert had not come into my life, I don't know where I would be.
She's fought for teachers, children, and the elderly. Now she's ready to fight for you and your family.
I'm not going to wait until I get in office. I'm already working on those things right now If a veteran needs some assistance, we help them. We're talking about housing, if you need food, if you need a job, education and training. We help with health care.
We need Ms. Deidre. We need someone that's going to care.
If we need people like Ms. Gilbert, who has a heart.
A heart for people. A heart for the state of Texas.
I'm Deirdre Gilbert, and I'm running for governor of the state of Texas. It's handled.
This ad is paid for by the committee to elect Deirdre Gilbert for governor.
All right, man. I really hope she will win, man. What do you think about that?
Absolutely. You know, I advocate for Miss Gilbert as well, and she certainly got my vote. And all the others who don't know about her, you know, we're pushing her name out there more and more and more. So it's getting bigger and bigger, and the fuel is on fire right now with her campaign. So we're definitely happy and excited about it.
And we are definitely working on getting her on the show this week coming up. So that's why I said we got a praising schedule this week. John, but this is not about her. This is about you, man. Let's finish up this interview with you, man. So tell us a little bit more, because before the break we was talking about your son, but you also said you got some major plans. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, you know, I want to say a little bit about this book here. You know, I was able to write this book after my duration, you know, learning about the socially outcast, the SO, socially outcast, the new socially outcast by John Williams. And this book is the new socially outcast, Am I the New Casper by myself. And it really is a book that displays the SORNA law, those who are socially outcast under Chapter 62, how to go through the deregistration process and what it really means when you have to register for the rest of your life under Chapter 62 to comply with the Code of Compliance, and what the state and the SORNA law actually mean and represent federal, state, and county codes under the SORNA law. So this would be a good book to get. BPUA, Black Paralegals Undergraduates Association, is my paralegal company to help those to go through the deregistration process and non-disclosure of records. Also, during my years in El Central College, before that even, I was writing plays, trying to write plays, trying to get into different plays, doing different shows and stuff like that. And this is one of the certificates I had received from El Central College. This certificate is My Black Ears. This was one of the plays that we did, Certificate of Appreciation. That particular certificate, this was in 2016. Also, this particular play right here that we've done, this is in 2015. This is also, this was a play, and this was a certificate from El Central College as well, From Slavery to Freedom, Part 3. I did 8 plays altogether, and then a video with my song. I did a video called Righteousness from my song called Righteousness, a rap song that I did in 2012, and then turned around and did a video in 2013, 14, I believe. And it's really still a hot song. It's called Righteousness. Shouts out to Negaris Lewis in Denton County for producing that. I did a play called And the Way We Go, where I played several characters in that play. And I did The Yellow Boat at Eastfield College, and also at one of the local elementary schools in Mesquite, Texas. I did The Night We Bombed Lincoln Towing at the Denton Community Center, Black Box. I also did Color Purple in 2013, which was this play right here. And I got to play several characters in this particular play here. I'm gonna see if y'all could see where I am on stage. This is Tech Night, actually, Denton Community Theater. This is Tech Night, and I'm right here. That's me right there, that guy in between those two dancers right there, right here. That's me. But anyway, that was Tech Night that night, the Denton Community Theater. Then we done, oh man, so many other plays. 2011, I did Macbeth. I played Lennox in Macbeth, where I'd never died in the whole thing. That's if you go to YouTube TMTPI1, you can see that. You can see the highlights to that play, TMTPI1, and then you can just go to YouTube and go to Macbeth, Denton Community Theater, and you can watch the whole movie. I did also Lady Day, where I played Emerson. Lady Day at Emerson Bar and Grill. I played Emerson, and that was a play about Billie Holiday. Shouts out to them that actually did that on that production. I also did a production with Fight Boy at the Women's College in Denton. What is the name of that one? Texas Women's University.
Okay.
So yeah, shouts out to them as well in that full line of production. We did a production there, and we were in the playoffs with those plays. There was Denton County, Los Angeles. There was Phoenix and something else. We came actually in third place with the play The Night We Bombed Lincoln Torn. I've done so many other plays after that, stage plays. And the last but not least, this particular play here, I wrote this for El Central College, and it's called, I wrote this play. It's called Re-Reconstruction, 1988, Re-Reconstruction, The Footprints of Our Lives. Re-Reconstruction, 1888, The Footprints of Our Lives. I don't know why I said 1988. I wasn't thinking about 19.
But I think
then I also want
we kind of running out of time, man. It's 57 after the hour. Say, man, but again, we definitely want to thank John for you being on the show with us, man, talking to us about everything that you got going on, man. You have done a lot in this entertainment business, man, and keep up the great work, because I know you're going to continue to do a good job, man. But before we let you go, man, you got any quick shout outs?
Yeah, I do. Shout out to BPUA. Those out there that want to contact us at BPUA to go through the process, 214-875-1161. That's BPUA, Black Paralegals Undergraduate Association. For the purpose of deregistration and non-disclosure of records, contact us, John William Shepherd, BPUA, Black Paralegals Undergraduate Association. Thank you again.
Already, that's our boy right there. Again, man, we want to thank you for coming on the show, talking to us here. And the first night of the show right here on Monday night. And if you missed this show, you can see us again at 9 o'clock. This show will rerun again at 9 o'clock right here on Channel 49 TV. Again,
check us out at the Chocolate Cafe at the Chocolate Lounge on the 19th, 6 o'clock.